Hi guys, how you doing? It's Jim Daly here, Crystal Palace fan from, well, 5-Year Plan Fanzine / FYP TV. Also my own YouTube channel, Jim Daly Comedy, which got loads of football comedy songs and videos on there, so worth checking out. Also just general Crystal Palace. This is what I'm known for, it's what I'm from, it's what I do. And I'm here to talk to you about a Crystal Palace player who is on loan from Liverpool, and that is Mamadou Sakho. Now, Paul and Chris have asked me just to give you a bit of an update on how he's getting on, how we feel about him, what we think about potentially signing him in the summer, and how much we would pay for him. Now, first of all, he's been doing very, very well. I'm sure you've seen that. I'm sure that's been well documented. I don't think there's been a Palace player on loan who has had such an impact so quickly, possibly ever. We signed Ashley Cole when he was 18 from Arsenal back in 1999, 2000, and he was brilliant. Took him a while to get into the team. Sakho has been unbelievable from the first minute. I mean, the stats back it up. 7 games, 5 wins, 4 clean sheets. And before that, under Allardyce, we'd only kept 1 clean sheet previously since Boxing Day, which is when Allardyce's first game was. And that was on deadline day away at Bournemouth, the day Sakho was signed. So even when he was signed, before even doing anything, he helped Palace keep a clean sheet. All right, didn't really help it, but that shows you, well, that doesn't. But the last 7 games, the impact he's had has been unbelievable. And not just in on the pitch things. I mean, obviously it's been huge in terms of his size. He wins headers. He wins battles against defenders. He uses the ball well. His anticipation is unbelievable. He makes, honest to God, 7 or 8 unbelievable worldy tackles and blocks in the 6-yard box every game. And this is the difference between teams down the bottom and teams up the top of the league, is you've got defenders doing that a lot in the top 6 teams, and teams down the bottom don't have that. But now we've got someone doing that. We've been winning games. We've won quite a few games 1-0. Obviously we won at Chelsea and they were bombarding us, and we withheld that, and he was a part of that. We beat Arsenal, of course, last Monday, although, let's be honest, Arsenal were terrible. So Sakho's impact has been brilliant, but not just in terms of what he does, but what he brings to the back four. He's very vocal. He organises the back four massively. And to be honest, the back four, or certainly the players that have been there previously, Joel Ward, James Tompkins, who he's now playing alongside at centre-back, Martin Kelly, another former Liverpool player who's been playing in Tompkins' absence in the last 2 or 3 games because he's been injured, Patrick Van Aanholt at left-back, Jeffrey Schlupp when he's playing. These aren't vocal players. These are players that are play within themselves a little bit. And sometimes they need someone vocal and arrogant almost and confident to bring it out of them, and Sakho has done that. He's so passionate, massively passionate. After we drew against Leicester at the weekend, we were 2-0 down, came back to 2-2. He walked off the pitch, and in previous games he's been going up to the Homesdale, clapping the Homesdale, giving it all this, smiling and stuff, and he walked off this game, head down, little clap, didn't look at the fans. He was devastated that we let in 2 goals. Admittedly, they weren't well defended, but that's how much he cares, and I think we've missed that kind of passion in the team. And having that arrive, and obviously it's helped with Luka Milivojevic, a midfielder we got from Greece as well, they've made a huge impact, and Sakho has been one of them. Now, I know that he didn't quite fit in at Liverpool. He fell out with Klopp, which is going to be an issue for him going forward. And I know Liverpool fans were a bit kind of split about him, maybe, whether he was good. He looks a bit weird, looks a bit sort of gangly on the ball, doesn't it? He quite often looks like he's about to lose it, and then somehow he wins it back. There's a good clip of him tackling the referee away at West Brom when we won 2-0, which was, given West Brom's season, was a very good performance. And it looks like he's lost the ball, and somehow he goes through the referee and the player to get the ball. And I haven't seen many players at Palace, certainly many defenders, with that kind of ability. So we're desperate to keep him. Absolutely desperate. I don't think there's been a lone player at Palace that has been so popular so quickly. Again, since Ashley Cole, probably, back in 2000. And Palace fans are desperate to keep him. And I would say, we're in a brave new world of finance now. Palace spent 50 million in January, which is the most of any Premier League club. I never thought I'd ever be saying those words. I think we would happily see Palace pay 25 to 30 million pounds probably for him, which I know is crazy money for a defender. We spent 28 million on Benteke, who's a striker. That was crazy. But 30 million on a defender would be unprecedented, really. You're talking world-class prices. But honestly, for the impact he's had, that is money well spent, because that could get you a top 10 finish. He could get us a top 10 finish next season. And, when you're talking about finishing top 10 and then what could happen from that, cut runs maybe, or the money you get from that, I mean, 30 million's nothing, really, is it? Will he join us? Don't know, because I suspect that he'll go back to Liverpool end of the season. He's really made a point. It'll be hard for Klopp to ignore him, but if he does, I suspect there might be bigger clubs coming in, possibly in the Premier League. You know, could he go to someone like Arsenal maybe, depending on what happens to them in the summer with Wenger. Teams like West Ham might come in, and regrettably West Ham are probably still seen as a slightly bigger club than Palace. But we hope that he's been sort of had a new lease of life at Palace, and he's enjoying it so much, and getting on with his teammates, enjoying playing under Allardyce, that maybe that will kind of convince him to stay at SG25 next season. So who knows? You know, if it is a fleeting love affair, then, you know, we won't cry because it ended. We'll smile because it happened. It's pretty cheesy, but it has been great, and we've really enjoyed having him at the club, and hopefully he's going to help us get over the line of 40 points towards the end of the season, which I think we should do. So those are my thoughts then on Sakho. Comment below, you know, let me know what you think about him. Do you want him to stay at Liverpool? Would you happy to see him go? Would you happy to see him go to Palace? Or do you want to see him leave the Premier League and go somewhere else? So that's it. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Jim Daly Comedy. Check out my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/JimDailyComedy. And that's it. Good luck for the rest of the season. See you soon.